First, it's Star Wars. We're getting our Zeb back, baby. Jon Favreau teases a bigger role for Zeb Aurelios
Aurelius. Yeah.
in The Mandalorian and Grogu, saying the fan favorite from Star Wars Rebels will finally get to shine in live action. What's his idea of fun, though?
Of Zeb messing with people because that's what he does.
I don't know. Is Jon Favreau's idea of fun? Like, is it going to be like putting him through the ringer? Are we gonna have to cry at the end of this? I'm afraid that we're gonna lose Zeb by the end of this.
I hope we
They're
don't. I
gonna
mean,
give us
we've only
Go ahead.
had like very minor glimpses of Zeb. Like we had him at the bar, we had him in what was it, season 2 of The Mandalorian, and kind of like different small little pieces of Zeb. Obviously, in the Mandalorian trailer, you see him kicking ass, so I'm very excited to see him kind of like be the Zeb from the show, but in live action because he's such a cool character and to see like him doing the things that he's going to do. So I'm excited for Zeb getting a bigger role within not just the movie, but hopefully like moving forward, which we're going to talk about here in a second.
I really want Zeb and Ezra to reunite, so I hope that happens.
Yes, their
But
friendship is so good.
yeah, absolutely. I just think it would be a shame if they don't at least reunite for something.
Right.
But hey, we got more Mando incoming. Jon Favreau clarifies that The Mandalorian season 4 will tell its own story, separate from the upcoming The Mandalorian and Grogu movie. So does that mean we should make ours Mando?
Ooh. Again, very excited for this. The thought for the longest time, everybody thought that, oh, they're finishing the series with a movie, but now knowing that we're getting another season, that this movie is just an adventure in between, or that takes place in a different port, like time, separate from the show itself. I'm more excited about this. This gives me so much more to look forward to. It was the dumbest move was saying we were going to get rid of the Mandalorian in favor of a movie because
Yeah,
the Mandalorian as a show is literally what gets people to sign up for Disney Plus.
it is. It is. It's the thing that launched it. So I
Hmm.
just think that they definitely should finish it on the
Yeah,
small screen, I think.
right,
And I mean, Star Wars itself is story based. So this is this story in the Star Wars, but it's not the only story in the Star Wars. And
right,
so these are just adventures that these characters are having. So there's nothing that says that after this adventure is over that there shouldn't be a continuation. We don't
right,
know what's going to come next. And
right,
it may be less about Din Djarin and more about the Mandalorians on Mandalore. So we
right.
don't know what season 4 is going to bring. So I think it's kind of cool. So, but let's move on. Let's go because we got more Star Wars. We got another Star War going on. That's right. It's Ryan Gosling. And it's not the Project Hail Mary Ryan Gosling, although that would be cool. Are Disney and Lucasfilm on the same page? Lucasfilm gave Sean Levy, the director of Star Wars Starfighter, complete creative freedom,
Ooh,
a rare mandate that could reshape future projects and new project development. So will Bob Iger nix this one too? Because he didn't like that hump for Ben Solo. Are we sure he understands how they get to that planet that's in the picture?
he better not. He better not mess with this or anything like that because this was one of those things where I was not on board for this for Starfighter, but the more that comes out, the more we learn about it, the more excited I get for it. And it's not just because he's a great actor and I feel like he's going to kill this role, but because it just kind of seems like everything that we've all been wanting out of a Star Wars story. It is. I mean, yeah, they're kind of uh, alluding to it. It's going to be something Jedi related, but the majority of us are like, we don't want something Jedi related. We want more things that are within the universe, more things that are, you know, regular people fighting authoritarianism, fighting the empire. So again, I get more excited with this. I do want it to be something that Sean Levy gets full creative control over, because the less hands that are in the cookie jar, the better the project is going to be.
Exactly. Yeah, going back to that MC, the Black Panther story
Hmm.
from Jay Jonah, it was like, yeah, I think you're right. I think it's going to be great, and yeah, I hope Bob Iger doesn't. You know what? Maybe they should not show him. Maybe show him something else. Show him something that makes sense to him. Give him like a little explainer so that he understands what's going on before they show him the film.
They're showing Bob Iger like different finalized pieces and whatnot. They're just like, oh yeah, here's an edit that Bob Iger would like, and then here's the edit we're putting out there so that everybody else will like it.
Right.
We're not
Exactly.
repeating Emperor Palpatine all of a sudden showing up in the universe again.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So, but so let's move. Let's go ahead and move to the next one. But this is rounding out our Star Wars block. In will they or won't they news? A new report confirms Ryan Johnson's planned Star Wars trilogy is effectively dead, closing the book on years of speculation. So where do we lean on this? Like, what do we think? Do we think this is a good thing? Do we think it's a bad thing? Do we like what Ryan did? Do we just want him to continue making more Knives Out? What is it that we would like?
I feel like Ryan Johnson, like I, I don't know. I see what he tried to do with what was it, The Last Jedi that he did, right? I see what he tried to do with The
Yeah.
Last Jedi. The problem is because he wanted so much to put his own stamp on Star Wars, he just ruined the story and made the sequels uh effectively something that so many people hate, because as much as everybody liked that movie for its reasons, it messed with the story that was there. And it's like, you know, there was a Bible, there was a story that was meant to be told, that they were just like, we're just going to throw that out the window and destroy everything, and now we have to fix it. Ryan Johnson directly is the reason that we got Palpatine in the world, because Iger was like, I want to fix this my way, we're putting Palpatine in the movie. Had Ryan Johnson not done that, we wouldn't have Palpatine. So
That's
again,
true.
I have my issues. We also got some of the most badass scenes in Star Wars out of that movie, because again, for as much as people hated Admiral Holdo, she went out like a fucking G. Like
Yeah. Oh,
nobody has a cooler you know, let me destroy the empire moment than Admiral Holdo. So,
yeah.
you know, kudos to her for being a badass. But um, you know, in the end, I I love Ryan Johnson as a director. I think he is a good writer. I think he does well on properties that are not attached to someone else's story. I don't
Mhm.
think that he should have had a mainline story. I think he, if had he gotten his own trilogy and made his own film with its own storyline, I think that would have been fine. But this also tells me that if they are dropping Ryan Johnson's trilogy, that means that Iger didn't have any faith in it, which gives me more reason to believe it was probably good.
Yeah, right. Because he hates good things.
Right.
But all right. Well, let's stay in the stars, but we're gonna go to a gate.
Ooh.
That's right. New Stargate is coming. Better catch up.
Yay. Oh, wait a minute.
Amazon has ordered a new Stargate series from Martin Gero, making the franchise's return with a fresh, or marking the franchise's return with a fresh creative vision. So, have you seen the previous Stargate shows?
Not all the shows. So I know Graveyard is a massive Stargate fan, and he has like watched all the shows and everything on there. So this is kind of probably be more up his alley. I love the movie. The movie was, you know, one of my in my childhood was one of my favorite ones. I watched a good portion of SG1, but I didn't really get into, you know, Atlantis and all the other series that they did. You know, I would have to go and like rewatch everything to kind of see where it went. And I mean, if Graveyard loves it, half of it is going to be terrible. So,
Well, I actually loved the the original, like, so I watched the original movie, but the funny thing is I watched the original movie after I started watching the series.
oh,
So, I was like, "Well, I gotta see this movie that came out." And so I watched it, and then, and I watched the whole series. I watched, like, all 10 seasons of the first
oh
Stargate,
my
and I'm a
God.
Stargate Atlantis fan, but that 3rd one, I watched 2 episodes and I was like, "This is the most boring stuff that I have ever seen." So I did not watch that. But no, I'm a huge Stargate fan. I've always loved Stargate. So I'm really excited about this. I think it's gonna be fun, and I can't wait to see what they're gonna do. And Martin Jarreau was the original guy, like, he was part of the original, TV series. So I think it's gonna be great, and hopefully it'll be in Canada again because that's where they filmed the other ones, and we got Jason Momoa out of that, people. My man.
It's true. Jason Momoa did come out of that. What if uh, in this they found a way to bring back? Oh God. All of a sudden, I'm forgetting his name. Hold on. I've got this. I got to pull it up here.
Are you looking it up?
Yeah. What if they found a way to bring back Kurt Russell's character,
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be
right?
cool.
And now we
I'd
have.
like to go ahead.
I was just saying, now we have, especially because Kurt Russell's been doing more of these bigger series. If they do this as like, a 10 episode run rather than, how it used to be like sci-fi with a 40 episode run, you do a 10 episode run on Amazon, higher budget than what it had. And you do Kurt Russell coming back and then finding a way to bring back Kurt Russell's character. And,
Yeah.
because I feel like Kurt Russell would do it.
Or just find, like, he's somewhere, like, they find him somewhere,
Mhm.
and that's how they bring him back. Like, that's what they were doing. It's like a different crew that's actually got a signal from his character, and they're going to see it. So we might see some of the old guy, like the older, like the OG series people, but they're looking for him because, like, he has some information. I think that would be great, and it would be a great way to tie it all together.
Yeah. Or
But,
or what if you have
I don't
Wyatt
know.
Russell? What if you have Wyatt Russell come and play like the younger version of him again? Like he hasn't aged at all on wherever he went.
That would be awesome. Although, it would be cooler if Wyatt Russell was half human and half gold, and then he's got some sort of weird ass powers. Because at the end, they all kinda had weird ass powers. So I'd like to see something like that. That would be a really good, like, oh, what do you wanna say? Like a Alice in Wonderland type thing, where you
Yeah.
bring him back because Kurt Russell's character dies and he has to come back because that
Right.
was his dad's dying wish. And so then that could be it. Okay, we're getting a little bit into the weeds on this, so we're gonna move on.
Yeah. We'll make another video about this.
Yeah, more to come. Well, I'm sure we'll have more. So,
That's right.
um, so yeah. So next we've got a little UK panic, I
Do,
guess. And
do,
how to
do,
make
do,
something
do, do.
even bigger news. The animated film K-pop Demon Hunters has ignited controversy after a UK school banned its songs, fueling a mini satanic panic. So is this
What?
overblown or should this be a real concern?
I wonder. So my wonder is why they banned it. If it's like they banned it because it's demons or something like that, or they banned it just because the teachers were annoyed by the music.
Right. It's like Frozen all over again. They're like, if I have to hear these songs one more time, I am gonna lose my shit.
Yeah, it's just like
I'm gonna
stuffy.
lose it.
It's just like stuffy British people, and they're just like, no, we're not playing this god awful music, even though the music is amazing. But I mean, like against stuffy British people, and they're just like, no, we're not playing this music. This music is terrible. We're gonna say because it's demon hunters that they're promoting demonic XYZ. And it's like, well, if you would just promote the Han Moon, you'd be okay.
There you go. That's it. But here's the thing. A lot of, like, Korean, like, Asian cultures, they
Mhm.
have instead of, like, gods being like good or bad. They're all just they all call them like demons and gens and different things like
Right.
that. So by them being demon heart, that's just their job. It's their calling. It's not
Right.
like I mean, did they well, they probably would have. I was gonna say, would they have done that to Buffy the Vampire Slayer? She's a vampire slayer. She fought demons all the time. Nobody had a problem with it.
Yeah.
They were like, "Go, Buffy."
I think it really is just overblown.
I think so too. All
Mhm.
right. So let's move from K-pop to some sad news. A little
Oh.
sad. Saddy sad. At least it's sad for Zack Snyder. Oh no, Zack keeps getting bad news. Netflix has reportedly canceled Twilight of the Gods after its season 1 cliffhanger, leaving fans without a resolution. Hey, it's that plot twist that we were talking about, people not getting over earlier in
Yeah.
the show. So did you watch the first season of this?
I did not. And it's
I
not
didn't either. Maybe
it's
we see the problem.
well, I mean, again, it's not for lack of wanting to see it. It's because there's so much that's out there. It gets really hard to choose what do I need to watch, what do I not need to watch, and then on top of that, like covering everything else that we do and working and everything like that, it's really hard to like start new shows. Plus, I my ADHD has this whole fear of starting a new thing. So
Yeah, I really I didn't watch it. I'm not I don't know. I just feel like this is gonna be one of those things where we're gonna get some weird concept art, like pictures from Zack Snyder on X or something.
it's
Like
happening.
he's gonna get on Instagram. We're just gonna see tears in his eyes, and he's just gonna show us a picture of something from Twilight of the Gods. I feel like that's what's gonna happen. So
Yeah, it's gonna be exactly what's happening with Superman, where everybody's all upset because he keeps dropping, set photos and stuff like that from Superman. So
I feel I want to like I just want to make sure Zach's okay. I
has
hope
anybody
he's
checked on Zack Snyder? Does anybody know if Zack Snyder's okay?
yeah. I hope he's okay. Zach, we know you watch. And that's why Phil did what he just did. He
Yeah,
he really, really, like, tailored that to you
yeah.
specifically.
Just check
So
check check in with Zack Snyder. Somebody check in with Zack Snyder, see if he's okay.
all right, from a cancellation of weirdness to another cancellation of weirdness. Disney apparently doesn't smell what The Rock is cooking. Dwayne Johnson says Disney is unsure about moving forward with a Jungle Cruise sequel, leaving the project adrift. No sequel cruise for Dwayne or Emily. Yeah, that's
Did you watch that film?
no. No, I did not.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was fun. It was an interesting film. Um because the whole thing was Disney was trying to create like a shared Disney ride universe, right? So like all the movies that they have that are based on rides, they were trying to create like a shared universe. I don't know if you know the whole thing about like they added in all the rides at Disney. They added in this whole society of adventurers and explorers thing.
No, I didn't know that, but I assumed I assumed that they would. Like they have to make these rides relevant again because they were back then. Nobody had gone to the jungle. Like back when they
Yeah,
first had the jungle ride, nobody had gone there, and the animatronic animals were so cool, and everybody loved them. And it was, and I ride the Jungle Cruise when I go to Disneyland. I get it. I understand. But you know
yeah,
why I ride it? Because I'm tired of walking. I'm tired of walking and I wanna cool down. That is why I ride that Jungle Cruise. That's why I do It's a Small World After All. Once you've done It's a Small World After All, you understand exactly what's gonna happen. So, it's cool in there. You get
yeah.
out of the sun. Matterhorn? Well, Matterhorn's fun, but it's also very cool up there. So, sometimes you ride the rides at Disneyland because you're overheated and you need a break. I'm just saying that. Not
You're
all of
not
them
wrong.
need to be made into movies.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But again, like, what they were doing was creating like a shared universe that would tie into the rides so that you could go experience the rides at Disneyland, but then they have like this whole tie-in with the movies and everything. It was a cool concept, right? It just
Yeah.
they're not fully executing that, and it feels like they're slowing down with all of that. And again, focusing on their properties that are successful, the things that we complained about last week, right? Where, hey, we're taking all the things that we know have made a bunch of money and we're just going to focus on making sequels for those. So,
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. I absolutely get it. I just not everything needs to be made into a movie, Bob Iger or Disney. You know what? Maybe try something new. K-pop Demon Hunters. Everybody thought that was going to fail, and look at it now. Look at it now. That's all I'm saying. And it's
yeah,
brand new. It's brand new.
yeah,
So, whatever. Stop trying to make lightning in a bottle happen. It just happens.
right.
Okay, I'm gonna get on a soapbox. I'm not gonna do that, and I'm not really looking forward to this next story because, anyway, let's go. Who's the real villain in Avatar? It's James Cameron. All right, James Cameron teases that Quaritch may find redemption in Avatar: Fire and Ash, expanding the saga's moral complexity. But does Quaritch deserve redemption?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know who Quaritch is, mainly
I
because
don't either.
yeah, I didn't watch the second movie. I still haven't watched the second movie. I actually did enjoy the first movie. It's a 3 hour movie. It gets hard to sit there and watch when again there's so many other things that are out there that pique my interest. And my first thought isn't, I haven't seen Avatar 2 yet. Let me go watch this. I'm more like, hey, Weapons is on is on the
It's on
HBO,
HBO.
or Sinners is on HBO, and these are like some of the biggest movies of the year. So I mean, like, I definitely need to go watch this before I go see the other one. But I'm going to go see the other one specifically because the rumor is that the trailer for Doomsday is going to be in front of this movie. So I'm like, it might be that.
I will not go and watch this movie. I know that that trailer will be on YouTube pretty quickly after, so I'm not watching it. And if it doesn't, oh well, I'll see it sometime because I'm not watching this movie. I didn't watch the second one. I was done after the first one. Avatar is really pretty graphics, but the story is not solid. And I'm sorry, but James Cameron has been doing this. After Titanic, he just thought I can just make whatever I want and people will watch it. No, no,
Well,
no.
it's a story that's already been told twice in other movies, right? It was The Last Samurai
Yep,
was the same exact story. The what was the Dances with Wolves was the exact same story.
yep,
So I mean,
yep.
you're telling a story that's already been told. But again, don't know if there's differences in expansion in the second movie. A lot of people talk about how pretty it is and how good the story was and everything like that. And I mean, this seems like there's a lot of epicness to it, aside from the weird crab dance that was in the trailer. Because I'm like, you guys are all just like doing a crab dance and robotic crabs. That's a little
Yeah,
odd,
I don't
but
know. I don't know.
yeah.
Not a
But
James
anyways,
Cameron fan here.
yeah. But yeah, we can probably move on this one.
Oh yeah, because this is something I do want to talk about.
Oh yeah, I already know this is something that you are the most excited out of anybody on our team.
Yes. She's getting the Scooby Gang back together. Chloe Zhao confirms the new Buffy the Vampire Slayer series will be a true sequel with original characters returning. I'm thinking we may see vampire influencers.
That makes all of the sense. It's not good sense,
Like
but it
there's
makes
gonna be
all of
a
the sense.
vampire cult that like starts around Spike or something, and we're gonna have vampire influencers, and they're gonna be like, "Hi, I'm a vampire influencer. Let me tell you about this O negative blood. It is the best blood that you can get." Like, I mean, it's gonna be something like that, and I love it because that's what they need to do. That was Buffy's bread and butter was having that niche of what's in right now, having that Buffy speak. I mean, so I really want this to happen, and I do think Chloe Zhao is the right person to do it. So, yeah. What do you think?
I do like Chloe Zhao's sensibilities. I think that she is a really good director, very underrated for the work that she's done, even though she's basically won Oscars for the things that she's done. But I mean,
Yeah.
she's not like it's not like she's a household name, and I feel like that's something that her name recognition definitely needs more than she has because she's a really good director.
Mhm.
Very, very artistic eye for the things that she does. She has the work, her work speaks for itself. But I mean,
And a
going into
solid
some
vision.
right, right, right. I love the idea of it being like a true sequel that we're actually going to be getting original characters and we're going to be getting kind of the continuation of what's happened with all these characters. Especially like knowing that we're going to see what happened with Buffy and the kind of like her passing the torch and everything like that. I'm very excited for this.
Yeah. Yeah. I absolutely think it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I'll be on the ride until it's over.
Right,
I will. That's
right,
just how it's gonna be.
right.
But there's something else that I think is gonna make Phil really excited and put him in the driver's seat.
Oh, I'm very excited for this.
In Can It Get Bloodier news, Peacock has greenlit Twisted Metal Season 3 with a writer from The Boys set as showrunner. So what do you think that means for the show? Are we gonna get exploding penises in the show now?
We might. I mean, it's not like we're that far off with this show, right? I mean, there's a lot of gore in this show. There's a lot of weirdness and things that happen in this show. I the only thing I hope is that they continue with the route that they're going and kind of continuing with retelling the story that's on from the games, but in a more modern take on it. Again, I love the route that they're going with on this. Me and Frank, I forced Frank to watch this, and Frank is absolutely on board for this show now. So I mean, like that says a lot when I can get Frank from Geek Freaks to watch something that he didn't want to watch, and is like, no, I'm in. This show is really good, or at least it's really fun. I can't say it's like it's super good. It's one of those shows that you have to suspend your disbelief for a lot of the things that happen in this show, but it's a fun show nonetheless.
That's cool. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad about I still haven't seen it yet. I do need to see it. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Eric Kripke likes it. I don't think it's Eric Kripke that's doing it. It's just one of the writers, so who knows who it is. But I expect there to be some sort of weird clown orgy and some exploding penises. I feel like that's gonna happen.
A
But
weird
where there's
clown
not gonna be
orgy.
exploding penises?
Oh,
This next
definitely
story.
not. Definitely not in this next story.
I cannot believe I used exploding penises as a transition, but okay, here we
And
go.
if you do it the way
Noah
that James said it, it's penises.
penises.
Penis
Penises.
eye?
No, Noah goes Gundam style. Noah Centineo
Centennial.
is circling the lead role in a live action Gundam film, which will explore the 1 year war storyline.
Ooh.
So, how long will the 1 year war last?
They're
I give it 3 seasons.
I was gonna say they're gonna make that last over the course of like multiple seasons. Uh Noah Centennial, he's getting all kinds of love right now because they're saying we talked about this last week. They're already saying that Masters of the Universe is perfection. Everybody's talking about how good Masters of the Universe is. So
Yeah.
if he's getting that much praise as Prince Adam, I can't wait to see
He's
what he
not
does.
Prince
Isn't
Adam.
isn't he Prince Adam?
No, that's Nicholas something.
Oh,
He auditioned for it, but he didn't get it.
I don't know why I thought that he was the one that was playing Prince Adam.
No, it's Nicholas. I can't even remember who it is.
Okay, so what do I know him from then? Let's find out here. He's a very handsome man. Oh, he's from The Recruit.
He's a very handsome man.
He's a very handsome man.
I didn't
He's
say
tr
that. I did not say that first. That was Mr. Young Phil over here.
So he's originally from like Disney shows. He was like on a whole bunch of Disney shows. Who is he in Street Fighter? In the new Street Fighter movie?
Oh, he is somebody in the new Street Fighter. I can't remember who he is though,
Oh, he's playing
because
Ken.
he was talking
That's
about it.
right. That's right. He's playing Ken. That's right. I pulled up a picture of Ken and I was like, dude, he looks 100% like the dude. Like he looks like Ken from the games. He's so ripped right now. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. No, when I say he's a hot guy, uh, even more so now after realizing who he is.
Wow. I think we should leave
I
it
am a
there.
cis
I
straight.
I think that
I am a cis
I,
straight man.
I know, but I think we should leave it there. Let's move on to the streaming block.
All right, let's do it. Let's get into that.
Record set from human made series. How's it call that? You guys get it? Oh, never mind. The drama series Pluribus has set a record for the biggest premiere in Apple TV Plus history. And of course, we'll never know how much they made or anything like that, or see any commercials for it because Apple doesn't do that for some reason. So, are you binging this series or watching week to week?
I haven't started watching it, and everybody's talking about how good it is. I feel really dumb that I haven't started watching this. I feel like this is going to be like Alien Earth all over again, where like I regretted not watching it as it was happening. Right?
Yeah.
I probably should like binge and catch up. Honestly,
I think it's only on like episode 2 or 3 now. So, it's not like you have to really for that. I have to finish watching Slow Horses and then I'm going to watch Pluribus. I have to do it that way because I'm on season 5 of Slow Horses. I need to find out what's going on. I've been ducking Slow Horses shit for I don't know how long. I'm gonna lose my mind if I don't watch that series. But I do want to see Pluribus. So, oh, James says it's should be a binge watch. It's a bit slow.
okay. I mean, I'm hearing
You
everybody
are a little low, by the way.
is that better.
It is better.
Okay, dude, how slow are your horses? Finish it already.
The shit already.
Yeah, but I
Look,
haven't been
James,
watching this.
we have basketball and sumo. Sumo is over. I have time now to watch stuff.
But I'm a fan of everything that the creators of Pluribus have done, so I don't see it being something that I wouldn't enjoy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I hear really good things about it too, and
Yeah.
not just from James. I hear good things from people. But you know what else I heard?
Uh-huh.
You want to know?
I do.
In more Westeros, but no Winds of Winter update news,
And
HBO has
Jen is
renewed.
the queen
Huh?
of and Jen is the queen of transitions news.
I am. HBO has renewed House of the Dragon for season 4 and A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms for season 2, securing more Games of Thrones, more Game of Thrones stories. How do you feel about these renewals? Come on.
So House of the Dragon makes sense, right? Because like we already know it's a series that everybody loves. Uh are they basing giving Knight of the Seven Kingdoms a second season on, hey, we know how well this does with our other two shows within Westeros. So we're gonna assume that people are gonna love this show and we're gonna put a season two up automatically. Like I, I I've never been a fan of renewing a season before the first season comes out or renewing a show before the first show
Mm.
comes out. Again, and I'm not gonna beat this dead horse as much as I'm gonna beat the dead horse right now, but Halo is a good example of do not greenlight a season 2 before season 1 comes out.
That's true. That's true. But like from what I understand, the Knight of the Seven Kingdoms is actually the closest to the book adaptations, and like the creator was like no, he wanted to do that for George, and there are 3 books that are completed. So
Right.
they can do 3 seasons. So I'm just like, all right, cool. I'm fine with that, but you don't do any other seasons. If you don't have a book for it, don't do the season. Do not. So,
James, listen, Halo.
all right, that is it for streaming, and now we are on the adaptations block, which I guess the Seven Kingdoms could also be considered that, and House of the Dragon. Well, most everything that we talk about. Anyway,
Yeah, I got thoughts on all three of these last stories, so let's.
more video game adaptations. Oh my. FX has officially ordered a live action Far Cry TV series from Noah Hawley and Rob McElhaney, adapting the hit video game franchise. Will this be a Halo or a Fallout type of show?
So my thoughts on this, right? And the two things I didn't realize until seeing this right here. I'm a little more receptive to this, knowing that Noah Hawley and Rob McElhaney are going to be involved in this. I know Rob McElhaney is a massive fan of the game franchise, and usually when he's a fan
Yeah.
of stuff, he's really careful about making sure it's good. Noah Hawley, that man, I have a lot of faith in the work that he does. He's really good at what he does. But Far Cry is one of those series, game series. Number one, it's an anthology series, so it's not a. There's no cohesive story, right? There is no, hey, here's the story that we're telling, and you need to do this. Every game has a different story, and the way that they tell the story, it is very. It is. They're usually very dark. They don't have happy endings. And I mean, give it like if you take American Horror Story
Uh-huh.
and you mix that in with Fargo,
Hmm.
uh and you tell this story where by the end of the season it's gonna go wrong, like you already know. Obviously people who don't know the game franchise are gonna expect that the main character is gonna live, but basically by the end of the series the character that you have grown to love dies in the last episode.
Spoilers.
Then I will be okay with this series, because there's if they try to do like a whole continuation on something, or same deal, like say they take one of the games and they adapt the game, because like Fallout, it's one of those things where your actions give you a different outcome for the game. But if you do
Yeah.
something where, okay, we're gonna take, for instance, the picture that we're looking at right now is from Fallout 3. You take Fallout 3 and then you expand on that story, or say you tell the story of the main villain of that game and how he became the warlord he becomes. I might be okay if it is like Fallout, it is something that is an expansion of the story rather than trying to retell the story.
I've never played the game, so I have no opinion on this. So that's Phil's take, everybody.
Yeah, I
All right.
my take on this is, I'm not I'm gonna go in with low expectations, because I would rather them blow me away and be like, no, this was everything I wanted it to be, than go in expecting having high expectations and expecting it to be something, and then it just tanks and I'm extremely disappointed by it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do. I have some sad news for you.
Oh God. Yeah. This again, I have thoughts on this.
I know, I know. That's why I left it till the end. I left them all till the end.
Yeah.
I knew you'd have thoughts. Well, it would have been a cool story. Paramount has shelved Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin, instead aiming to sonicify the franchise in a lighter direction. When will studios learn to let the characters lead the story and not the "this is what's in" trend?
So the rumor right now is they're shelving Last Ronin because of how dark the story is, which I understand. You want to reach the largest amount of people as you can. But the rumor, and again, I'm not 100% upset with this. The rumor is that they're going back to the 90s movies. So there are going to be animatronic rubber suits. And if we get that like kind of like campy level, but something that is a little more up to date, I might be okay with this for the nostalgia factor, right? Because you have this lighthearted but fun martial arts movie. I mean, I kind of want to see them like I would ideally if this rumor's true and they're going back to the 90s style Ninja Turtle movies, ideally I want them to fight Krang. Krang is the big brain monster that's inside of the body. I either want to see that go ninja go ninja go. I either want to see them fight Krang because I was as a kid I was always waiting for Krang to show up in those movies. Or I want to see them fight I'm forgetting the fly Dr. Baxter, right? Fight Dr. Baxter and his backstory. That would also be very weird to see a fly man fighting the Ninja Turtles.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Mhm.
Sorry. I'm not a Ninja Turtles fan. It's just
Yes.
it's a lot, and we won't get into it.
Yeah, I mean,
We
I'm a
will
big
not get into it.
I'm a big turtle fan. I mean, had they gone with the last Ronin, there is a major through line of grief in this story. This would have been really dark for kids, and I think that in the end, that might be why they shelved it, is because they realized we make these Ninja Turtle movies for kids to go see, and if we're doing something that's based on, what Laird and Eastman actually wrote for this, which is a story of one turtle loses his entire family. I mean, it's not like I'm, worried about spoilers with this because we've talked about the comic on the show many, many a time. And I've actually spoiled this many a time. So if you guys are upset with me right now, I'm sorry, but Mikey loses his entire family and he has to deal with the grief of that, and it's such a well done story. This would be better for a TV show. In a way.
Yeah, oh yeah, or like almost an Adult Swim type TV show.
Or an animated movie, like something,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, like something where you can properly tell the story and, we're not losing anything out of it. I would prefer almost it be like the um the Dark Knight Returns movies that DC did. Yeah, James saying the very first episode of Disconcerting, we literally talked about this. And the big thing from that episode was me deducing and speculating who was going to be the last Ronin because the comic hadn't come out, and I guessed correctly
Oh, look at you
based on story
and
though.
your prognostication.
Yeah, but based on story because I was like, who's going to be the most interesting story to tell? It's got to be Michelangelo because he's the only one that really needs to grow up out of the four of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
But you know what else would be great for kids? Or maybe not. I don't know.
Again, thoughts on this? Go ahead.
And they're supposed to be monsters news.
God.
I just don't understand. I don't understand why he's got a guitar. Okay. Sony is developing a movie based on the viral Labubu monster dolls. Monster dolls. Hoping to capture a Barbie style cultural moment. Is Labubu the next big moment, or will it fade into the viral sunset?
Sony is on a mission to ruin everything kids love.
Oh,
When this is kind of something that I've noticed when studios get to the point where it's like we need to capitalize on this, that's usually where these franchises go to die,
exactly.
right? It's because
If it were another company, I might actually think it had a chance, but at this point, Sony can't do anything right. So
Right. Sony is really good at bad judge of character, right? It's like, okay, hey, we don't think something is gonna be good or is gonna be successful, so we're gonna like, get rid of it, or in case of K-pop Demon Hunters, or we are going to we don't think Spider-Man's gonna be good, so you guys can do whatever you want, and then Spider-Man ends up being a hit. The
yeah,
Spider-Verse
yeah,
Spider-Verse
yeah.
movies. Versus we are gonna put all of our effort into live action Spider-Man villain movies, and we're not gonna follow any of the comics, and we're just gonna piss off all the fans. The thing with Labubu is they are taking something that has a little bit of lore but has no story beats, are going to try and create story beats. They might get a little bit of money up front, but it's ultimately going to kill off the trend, because that's what
Yeah.
happens when you start making movies about stuff like this. uh I don't want it, mainly because I don't want it to ruin the fun that Labubus are. I don't own any Labubus, but I mean, there is a fun factor to it in collecting the little monsters that a lot of kids want to do and everything like that. Making a movie, specifically the way that Sony does this, I feel like is going to ruin that whole fun thing. Or, or there is a chance that they find a way to strike gold and it actually enhances the story and enhances people wanting to get Labubus. I honestly think it's just gonna make the entire market collapse, and that's gonna be
Right.
they're gonna be Beanie Babies. It's gonna be like the market collapses, and now they're gonna be worthless because Sony is stupid enough to go and try and make a movie for it.
Next thing you're gonna tell me is that Hello Kitty isn't even a cat.